ANC Secretary-General Fikile Mbalula says the recognition of Morocco by MK party leader Jacob Zuma does not come as a surprise. He says the former president represents everything that is wrong and pursued by sellouts. Mbalula says the ANC will fight for the self-determination of the Sahrawi people in Western Sahara. The uMkhonto weSizwe party has announced its support for a strategic partnership between South Africa and the Kingdom of Morocco.
The recognition of Morocco by Jacob Zuma is not a surprise. Jacob Zuma represents everything that is wrong. That is pursued by sellouts. And that's what it is. We as the ANC, we will fight side by side for the self-determination of the Sahrawi people. We are in solidarity with them, and Morocco must stop the occupation of Western Sahara. Zuma is no messiah. He's a sellout of note. For whatever reason that he's doing all of this, it's no surprise to us. The very decision to steal the assets of the ANC to form a political party and call it what it is, to divide our people, weaken the African National Congress for his own personal aggrandizement, is what he has been.
Let's now bring in conflict resolution expert and risk assessment analyst Dr. David Nyekorach-Matsanga. He's also the chairperson of the Pan-African Forum, formed as a lobby group to support African Union objectives. Thank you so much for your time, sir, here on SABC News. Let's start off here. Maybe take us through, when it comes to South Africa's position on Morocco, and also what led to this long-standing issue of Morocco and Sahrawi.
First of all, thank you very much for inviting me in the studio. And I want to tell you frankly that I'm one of the few people on the African continent who supports African National Congress. I support liberation organizations, and I support the freedom of the people of Western Sahara. The Sahrawis need freedom. We cannot remove colonialism everywhere on the continent of Africa and then allow Morocco to occupy Western Sahara since 1975, occupied, annexed it by force, took it by force, and then went home. We allow Morocco to sit on African Union committees. We allow Morocco to make decisions in African Union. No. Time has come for us as Africans to be honest and sincere and tell the world, look, Western Sahara must have independence. Annexed in 1975, there was a UN brokered ceasefire. After 16 years of a fight, we thought these things would change and Morocco would leave. Morocco actually exported its nationals to occupy Western Sahara. The worst thing that why these things keep on going on. Zuma is not new to controversy. I am one of the few people, a friend of Zuma, but very annoyed with Zuma from the question of Libya. Zuma, he has a very big problem with us on African continent, on Libya. We know resolution 1973 of the United Nations Security Council. What happened there? There were countries that abstained. South Africa should have abstained from voting. Zuma did not, and he was the president of South Africa. So if he goes on doing the type of things he's doing in Africa, we are going to profile him as Pan-Africans. He's a friend of ours, some of us, but I don't like the behavior of what Zuma has become of late, supporting a regime. African Union, my sister, is a dead animal. African Union has even returned Morocco. After Morocco saying they are not part and parcel of Africa, they went away. Yeah. They even applied to join European Union. Why do you then bring an organization, put them in our organization, create chaos, bring corruption in our organization, Why do we do that?
And Dr. Matsanga, let me come in there. I mean, you've already touched on the issue around, former President Jacob Zuma, and we know that the former president has been harshly criticized for visiting Morocco, but his party also is clearly unfazed about, the criticism. Would you say that the criticism we are seeing today is justified?
Yes, I support the Secretary-General of the ANC, and the ANC in particular. All of them I support. You know, Zuma was a good person. I don't know what made Zuma look like he works for the French intelligence or something like that. Is he? For us in Africa, at this age, we don't keep quiet. We tell a person as it is. The rumors are coming to be justified now. Because when you see a man who knows, a few years ago stood on the podium and said, South Africa supports. I shared the podium in South Africa with Zuma when we had a conference of solidarity, South African solidarity, international solidarity organization called by ANC. We talked about Western Sahara, Sahrawi. We have given mandate, independence, and the status of Western Sahara. So why Zuma turns around is total hypocrisy. It is something that we should not leave lying. And I think he must have a profiled system as a former head of state, that some countries in Africa should ban him from visiting some places like our country, Uganda, which supports Sahrawi.
And Dr. Matsanga, why do you think the former president of South Africa would have now changed his stance? And like you are saying, I mean, he had a completely different stance under his presidency in South Africa. Why now? Why change your position on Morocco and Western Sahara?
Money, corruption. It's always, you know what kills most of these people, and most of you in South Africa, you don't tell these people the truth. Zuma likes money more than patriotism. So this sense of money is what is killing Africa. And time has come for us to speak out against such elements. Money is what is causing South Africa, and the rest of the world having problems, especially we in Africa. When they give you money, you go. What is going in Morocco to do is money and the deals and the business. He's trying to do business again with Morocco. We know. Why? Another thing that annoys me is us in Africa, and I want to speak especially to the chairman of CAF. Why do you allow our football to be played in Morocco? Morocco is not Africa. Morocco does not belong to Africa at all. Why have we allowed football? CAF, I want all the teams that support Sahrawi to object, to refuse not to go for that football in Morocco. That's my campaign. And I'm going to campaign until I collapse. Well, Morocco must be isolated. Morocco must be suspended again from African Union as long as it holds Sahrawi under operation. Operation and subjecting human rights abuse.
And Dr. Matsanga, quickly, before I let you go, how can this issue between Western Sahara and Morocco be resolved?
By AU standing up and telling Morocco, no, get out of our union. We can't call ourselves African Union when some countries are not in the union. Some countries are subjected to human rights abuses. We have so many states in Africa that are suffering. Biafra, Amazonia. We have a lot. And then this man called Zuma comes to recognize Morocco and stand firm to say he's a Pan-African, he's a nationalist, he fought for liberation. What type of credentials?
Dr. Matsanga, thank you so much for your time. Unfortunately, we have run out of time. That's a conflict resolution expert and analyst there, Dr. David Matsanga there, also having very serious accusations and leveling very serious accusations against former President Jacob Zuma. We will certainly try and give him his right of reply by also then reaching out to the MK party to respond to some of those allegations by Dr. Matsanga.